This is exactly how I scaled from 6 figures to 7 figures using 2 products, a 3K product and a 35,000 naira product, all on automation. And I'm going to show you exactly how in this video. If you're a business owner who has been stuck at making 300 to 500k per month, but you want to scale to 7 figures per month, this video is for you. My name is Philemon. I'm a business consultant, and I've helped over 10 business owners scale their businesses from 6 figures, 300k, 500k, 700k to 7 figures, 1 million plus per month. And while doing this, I came to realize that what makes a business go from 6 figures to 7 figures are not the major things that you hear on the internet. There are some minute, nuanced things that I'm going to outline in this video. Let's get right straight into it. And yeah, I'm putting on my glasses to be more serious today. So if you're looking at my screen right now, you'd see the 1 million naira per month roadmap. Okay. And the first thing you need to understand is the ad creative. Now, I'm just going to show you exactly how I did my own. Okay. The first thing is the ad creative. And I wish I could pull up my ad creative right now, but most business owners, I see them struggling to make more sales with just 3 ad creatives that they've been using for the past 4 months. If you want to scale out, you need to get used to testing out lots of ad creatives. So I see a lot of business owners, they get stuck in this, they don't want to leave what is already working for them. But a point came where I had to start creating more ad creatives. For every single campaign, if I wanted to launch a campaign, my friend that runs my ads was the one that drilled this into me. I was always recording 1 ad video for anytime I want to run ads. I just record 1 ad video or 2 ad videos. He was one that prompted me to start recording 4 ad videos at least per week if you really want to scale. Why? Because you're testing out different audiences and you're testing out different markets. Okay, so first things first, your ad video and your ad creative should be banger. The first thing you need to look out for is the hooks. Of course, you have your product already. For you to be doing 600, for you to be doing 6 figures, it means you have something going on for you already. So to tweak this a little bit, look at your ad creative, look at your ad copy. Your ad copy is the text that they see above your ad video. Now, I see most people just putting random things. I see most people introducing themselves on their ad copies, which is wrong. Your ad copy, the first thing you should understand is you should call out the personality, the audience, the avatar that you want to watch that video. If you're selling dresses, or let's say you're selling a product that has a common pain, let's say you're selling a copywriting course. Now you're telling business owners who have ads that don't convert, you're calling out their names, saying something like, if you're a business owner and you've run multiple ads, but they don't seem to be converting, this might be the exact problem you're facing. Do you understand? So it should always call out. And then, you know, there's the above, it's kind of not like the above the fold, but then this, the text that is more visible is the first 3 sentences. So you want to make sure your first 3 sentences both call out the person, in like call out the person's name. Calling out the person's name could be what they are going through, the pain they are going through, and then you can aggravate it a bit. All right. So right off the bat, the things that your ad copy should contain, first of all, at the top, should be calling out the avatar, calling out the pain, making your promise, and showing them why why you can deliver on that promise. This should go on your ad copy. I want you to move in. I want you to assume that someone could just click on the link just by reading the ad copy, not watching the video. Because I see a lot of people putting so much effort into their videos, and then just when it's time to post, when it's time to run the ads, like, oh, you just go to ChatGPT and generate 1 random ad copy. You have to give the same attention you give to your videos to your ad copy. All right. I'm not going to talk much about videos, but you need to understand that for your videos, you need to create crazy hooks. All right. Your video should grab attention within the first 3 seconds. You should know that already. If you want to learn more about video editing, I have a crash course where I taught business owners how to edit their videos. So you could, I think I'll put the link somewhere in the description of this video. Okay. The second thing you need to pay attention to that, these things, I had all these things already, and they gave me like a couple of sales. I had a very random ad creative, I had a very simple landing page, and then payment page, and then the onboarding was just generic, just normal. I was never following up or upselling. Okay, so for the landing page, I had to work a lot, but one of the major changes I made on my landing page. Let me quickly show you my landing page. This is my landing page, and if you notice, you can see the buy now button. This is because it's on a landscape view. Once you open this landing page on a mobile, everything you're seeing here, you can see it, and it's called the above the fold section. So as a business owner, you need to understand that you need to give all the as much as possible above the fold. Now, above the fold is what a customer sees right before they scroll, right? Once they open your landing page, once they click on the ad link and they land on your landing page, what's the first thing they see before they scroll? Everything should be power packed. You can see that my header is here. Turn your smartphone into a skill that pays in just 14 days. Now, it made a bold statement with the time frame. All right. Then the subheader is learn video editing from scratch. No laptop, no experience, no stress. So what this second line did is, when people see this bold statement, when you make a bold statement, you have to back it up with the thoughts that your customer or your target lead would have, the questions they might ask. When you say turn your smartphone into a skill that pays in just 14 days, they're like, oh, but I don't have a laptop. Oh, the very, very common objections you've noticed from the marketplace. So I handled it with the second line, right? And the third line is proof, showing proof. 2,000 plus people trained, only 30 slots left, 3,000 naira today only, price increases in 45 minutes. Now a whole lot went into this third column. I'm showing proof by saying 2,000 people trained, and I'm creating urgency by saying and I'm creating scarcity by saying only 30 slots left. I'm of course giving the information of what they need to get. 3,000 naira today only, that's another scarcity. And then price increases in 45 minutes, that's urgency. Now you saw the way I just outlined everything. You don't need to make all these things sentences. There are some things that you could just make bullet points, right? So instead of making this thing like long sentences saying I've trained over 2,000 people, there are just 30 slots left, you could just make it punchy, right? So that it can get contained in the above the fold section. And then I went on to make my introduction. That's learning video editing felt overwhelming until it clicked, right? You can now do the introduction, and you can see that the buy now button is also above the fold. Now I had lost up to hundreds of thousands of naira by the time I noticed this. Someone that watched your ad video coming to the landing page might have already been converted. Yeah, they don't need all the long story on your page again. So your own job now is to reduce the friction. There's something we call good friction and there's bad friction. Good friction is for you that wants to scale probably to 9 figures. What does this do is it removes time wasters, right? The essence of good friction is to remove time wasters so that the people that come out at the end of the funnel are quality leads, right? But bad friction is you're removing both good and bad leads. And you need to reduce the friction as much as possible when it comes to making payments. Most of the clients I've worked with, people look for their buy now button on the page, and it's really, really bad because remember, Nigerians don't have that patience. They don't have as much patience. So by the time they come and they search for the landing, they have to scroll more than 2 times to find the buy now button. They are clicking away. They have better things to do. They just remember that, oh, they have a call to make, right? So I put the buy now button so that if the ad video did its work properly, like at least 80% of its work, the person that's landing on this page has no work to do. You can just click the buy now button and it takes them to the payment page, right? So there's a whole lot that is being unpacked on this landing page. I was thinking, oh, it's a 3K product, so there's no need to make it so sophisticated. But then again, this same friend I had to talk me into, even if it's a 1K product, you have to position as an authority, and that's what will build the trust. So even if you're selling a 500 naira product, let the landing page spell 100,000 naira teamwork. All right. So I had to put in the work, put in the money to build this landing page. I got the introduction, who I am, and then you have to put in, of course, some images that relate to them. When I'm talking about video editing, of course, you have to put in the CapCut interface and everything so that they just are having some glimpse of what it would be like when they've made payments, right? There's another buy now button. Now these are testimonials. I had multiple testimonials here, right? The buy now button again. Then there are a lot of things to unpack here. I can't go into everything at once. Just here's exactly what you get today. Now you're informing them of what they will get after they've made payments, kind of like future pacing, right? So another trick you could use is when in your ad video, you could add this to your ad video. Tell them, explain what happens after they've clicked the link on the ad video so that even if they get stuck by chance. I've seen most people who persisted, and when probably network hung on their own side, they literally came to my DM because they've seen the process from start to finish. So whenever something goes wrong in the middle, they understand that it's not their fault. Probably it's my fault, or it could be from their end. So on your ad video, you could say, once you've clicked this button, you will land on a landing page. You put a screen record of this landing page, click the buy now button. You literally screen record the whole process of when someone clicks the buy now button to where they land, the thank you page, to when they land in your DM, your message that is going to send, everything, so that it reduces that apprehension that someone has before they make payments, right? So I did the whole offer stacking, another buy now button. I also went to the extent of comparing. So I compared YouTube tutorials with my training and random courses, right? What happens after payment? Step one, you break it down into steps. I said you'll be redirected to a thank you page which contains the link to the private training group. Step two, step three, step four, real stories, real wins. You, even in as much as I had them on text already, I still brought out on images already. I still brought out some testimonials and put them in text format. Yeah, you can see how everything is balanced and not just random. Okay, there are some texts that have boxes like this one. There are some that are just on the bare page. There's more testimonials, limited offer, final call, and another buy now button, and then PS. So you need to take, literally, if your landing page right now, see what you need to do. Copy the link, feed it into ChatGPT and say, tell me you are an experienced landing page expert, marketing expert, copywriting expert, all that. You can feed it into ChatGPT and say, go through this landing page, tell me what's wrong, tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what needs fixing. All right. Now, when you type that randomly from your head, copy that before you hit enter, copy that prompt you just typed, take it to another chat on ChatGPT and say, give me a very powerful prompt for this, so that it refines that your prompt. Okay. So that prompt it gives you now, you take it back to the previous chat and then feed it into ChatGPT with the link. Okay. And of course, it outlines everything. I did this up for my page for more than 10 times. More than 10 times. I did this exercise on my landing page before I landed on this final one. And it's not like I'm going to still leave it here, even though it's generating a certain amount of money for me. At least once in a while, you just tweak. All right. Whenever you're already having certain kind of predictable income and outcome from your landing page, it's advisable that whatever changes you're making should not be tested on the main stage, right? If you're making a little tweak, it should be at least something you test with another campaign, not what is working for you already. I made that mistake. What is working for you already, even though if it's working very well, you can predict it. The changes you should make and now what you're 100% sure of, not what you're still testing. And like when I was testing the above the fold section thing, I put in the buy now button. I was not sure. I just put it and I was in the 6-figure level. Okay. So after the landing page, they land on the thank you page. Now the thank you page is where you congratulate them, because you remember that people still go through buyer's remorse, all right? And it's more advisable to use a trusted payment option, payment gateway, one that does not hang. I've seen most payment gateways on people's pages that when people want to impute their bank details, or when they are being given a bank account number, their banks are telling them this bank account number is fraudulent or whatever. So you have to make sure that you have a trusted payment gateway, right? I use Takeout for my own, I use Seller for my own, depends on the one you want to use. Then onboarding, when someone lands after they've made payments, what is the delivery like? Do they land at your WhatsApp DM? Sometimes on onboarding, recently I had to start collecting their bio data so that I would work on follow up, right? So after the thank you page, they automatically redirected to the next page, or on the thank you page, there's the congratulations and everything, and telling them to fill the form below to gain access to the course. These are just little tweaks you can make. People will not complain. They've made the payments already. Now, this is good. Now, you see, everything is timing. If you put the form, I see most people that they put the form before payment page. And trust me, people will click off because they're asking, why do you want my details? Okay. So after they've made payments, I collect their bio data. They've paid already and they want access. So telling them, fill this form to gain access to the training or whatever I paid for. Of course, every logical person will do it. So they fill out the form and they land in my WhatsApp DM or on the group chat or whatever. Okay. And then this where the main gist, This is where the main thing happens. After they've landed in my WhatsApp DM, I have like 3 messages I send them over the span of 48 hours. So the first message I send them is introducing myself. Say, hi, I'm Philemona. I'm the owner of the course you just purchased. I just do mild introduction, encouraging them, telling them the fact that you've paid for this 3K course shows something that you are intentional about your future, yada yada yada. I don't know if I wish I could read that for you, but if you'd like me to take you through my sales funnel step by step, tell me in the comment section. I'll make a video about that probably in future. I introduce myself. Secondly, I remind them that the second message I send them, and most times I get majority of the testimonials. I don't even have to ask them. This introductory message comes 1 hour after they've purchased. Yeah. So you need to understand that people go through what we call buyer's remorse. So they are still deliberating. Did I make the right decision? This message reinforces their action. All right. And it gives them, okay, staying with this guy, I made the best decision. For no reason, you're not yet going to upsell, just making them feel at ease and at home with you. Okay. The second message I do send is, I think after like couple of hours, probably 15 to 17 hours, I send them a second message asking them, hope they've seen the WhatsApp support group. Of course, they've joined the WhatsApp support group. So I tell them, hope you've joined it. Remember, if you have any questions, don't die in silence. The group is there for you, and I'm always here for you. If you have any questions, how has the course been so far? And of course, at least 70% of those who make payments in a day have opened the course, probably first video or second video, and then they give you badass testimonials. And like, oh my God, the course is nice. Thank you very much. I've never seen a course so simplified like this. That's your testimonial there. All I do after this message goes out is I just take a screenshot and add it to the Google folder for testimonials for that particular training, right? And that builds trust. If someone goes through your training, or before they make payment, they just want to see, and they just land in an archive of testimonials, people are just spilling out good things about this particular product, it increases the likelihood of that person making a purchase. Yeah. So after onboarding, that's where the follow-up and upsell comes. And if you're asking how I do my onboarding strictly with Selzo. Yeah, Selzo is a marketing automation tool that I use. When they fill out the form, remember the form I talked about on the thank you page. Once they fill out that form, I ask for their name, email, and phone number. Yeah, and that automatically adds them to my list that I've created on Selzo. That is the only way I'm able to now send them messages. These first 3 onboarding messages. I could choose to do that on WhatsApp because I have their number. I could choose to do that on email because I have their email, right? And everything is automated. Like, someone has literally come in from my ad and went through my sales funnel, and I didn't literally open that chat. The first time I opened that chat, it was showing, I think, like 7-8 messages unread. The messages they are always typing after my automated response, right? And they literally made payments for my upsell without me opening that chat. And that's just the power of automation. Okay, so the follow-up and upsell. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because it should be a flow and not a hard sell. I see a lot of people making it a hard sell. Chill, calm down. Don't rush to sell your other products. Okay, so you could give it 15 to 40 days, like depending on the price point. Mine was 35,000 naira. So after I've sent the third message, the third message, now I'm still talking about follow-up, the onboarding. The second message, like I said, on the onboarding process, ask them if they are, of course, aware of the support group. And then the third message now qualifies them. So now the upsell, the course for the upsell is for business owners. So what I just do is, I understand that majority of people who want to learn video editing want to learn it for their business, all right? Or they just want to learn it. But at the end of the day, they still want to make money from it. So the third message is asking them, do you sell anything online? I have something special for you, yada, yada, yada. And of course, they say yes. And when I'm done with that third message, I ask them to type a word, exclusive. And that exclusive triggers another follow-up sequence, the main follow-up sequence for where that contains the offer for the 35K products, right? And it moves them from the first list to the second list automatically, just that exclusive trigger word, right? Now I've seen most people that tell me, oh, I don't sell anything online, and then I enter and I want to understand the main. You must get them to type exclusive, especially those who are not yet sure. So they also have likelihood. It's better they are on the fence. It's better you pull them to your side. Yeah, there are some people that are strictly telling you, oh, I don't have any intention of selling any product online. Like, oh, okay, no problem. Don't force them, right? But those who are like, oh, I'm not sure. I just learned video editing. Just I'm trying it out. I'm like, oh, do you want to sell something in future? They're like, yes, of course. Of course, type exclusive, and then they type exclusive, and they're added to the list for the next 40 days. They receive a series of messages, value packed, and literally, I took them from scratch of selling anything online to the peak, to somehow towards the peak of selling. So within the first 40 days, I just gave them pure value. And this is something I tried out and it really, really worked for me. You know, most times when you're pitching your products, it's usually give value, then now talk about the product at the end. But I said no. This time, when I when they type exclusive, the next message give them a summary of everything that they are going to get. Yeah, so they are aware of it. And you see a lot of people saying thank you and all because it's free, right? After that message, I drop the first power bomb. The first message is basically fundamentals of selling. Okay, I just give them pure value, nothing else. Then the second message is now, of course, I understand I'm dealing with Nigerians. So I say, oh, I know you might be asking yourself, why is this guy still messaging me? I bought, what else does he want? Yada yada yada. And then this is why. Yes, I have something else I'm going to sell. And it's not a priority for you unless you need it now. And then I tell them about my 35K products. I told them the price, told them every single thing in that second message, right? And then again, I reminded them at the bottom, remember, it's not a must you get it now. You only get it after, you only get it when you need it. All right. I'm chill. I'm going to follow you up for the next 40 days. There's no need to rush. Okay. So I tell them, relax. Even though you don't get it now, you're still going to receive my package for the next few days, power packed and everything. You know, give them that assurance that the main thing is you've dropped the message. Now, the remaining messages they are going to be reading from you, they are going to calm down because they know there's something you want them to get, but they are still looking to see if they really need it. Now, that's what the remaining follow-up messages are meant to do, to show them why they need that product, the 35K product. And you have to do it very, very well so that it doesn't look like you're just pointing at that product. It sounds salesy. So the remaining messages, there are 20 messages, but I spread them 2 days apart. That's why it's lasting 40 days. Okay. So the remaining messages are giving pure value, and all I need to do is just add one line at the end. If you want to get more about this information, is in chapter 2 or module 2 of this particular product. Get the link here. Now the link is going to direct them to a landing page on about that product. That landing page, there's now a VSL that they watch and they find the whole offer and everything. Do you see how smooth that is? All right. So that's basically what I needed to do. Now, even if I don't run ads for the 3K product, I still make a couple of sales from the upsell. And another mistake I see a lot of business owners make, they're so miserly with their ad spend. Probably one day you got cost per lead for as low as 50 something naira or 9 something naira. And then the normal thing now for you is 150, 170, but you're still trying to optimize to 100 to that 90 something naira. That was the mistake I made, and I was so frustrated. Even when I had a good ad running for me, that's within the range of 130 naira per click to 170 naira, I was still worried, trying to make it go down. But when I just shifted my focus from that ad spend to making that upsell, getting that upsell, that's now the main aim. All right. Even the 3K I used to make from this 3K product was no more. I just used it just for ad money. I was no more interested in it again. My whole energy and everything was directed to the upsell. All right. So when you start thinking this way, first of all, ad spend money, ad budget is no more a problem for you because you know you always make it. So imagine spending 100 and highest 200 naira on a prospect, on a lead, and you're making 3K from it plus 35K. That's like how much? All right. After spending 200 naira, that's high ROAS, return on ad spend. So if you made 400 sales within a week or a month for the 3K product, that's 3,000 naira. That's automatically 1.2 million naira. Okay, let's reduce it. Let's just make it let's just make it 200 sales. 200 sales times 3,000, that's 600,000 naira. Now you made 200 sales in a month, 600,000 naira. Imagine out of 200, if you do your follow-up process, if you hit it strategically, at least 50 out of these 200 buy the 35k product. That's 600,000 naira for the 3k product, and then 50 times 35,000 naira. That's 1.7 million naira extra, free, because your ad spend, let's just assume that the cost you incurred was taken care of by the 3,000 naira. So that's 600 plus 1.7, that's about 2.3 million naira. So you see how just 200 leads, someone making 200 sales in a month and doing 600,000 naira, just by incorporating this system I've outlined for you, makes an extra 1.7 million naira. All right, that's just to show you the power of follow-up, strategic follow-up. Now you need to still, of course, go into the nitty-gritty of crafting your follow-up messages properly, making sure that they are not just informing about the product, they're also educating, not just pointing to the landing page of the next product. Make sure that there are some little metrics, KPIs, that you can measure with someone that has gotten the 3k product, and when they've seen that result, of course, after you've promised them, let's say you tell them, when you enroll for this training, within the next 7 days, you should be able to edit a full video for yourself. That's a measurable KPI. All right. So within a week, whatever, I learned this from Alex Omozi. He said the best time to sell to someone is at their highest deprivation, their most painful moment. And you met them at their most painful moment. That's why they paid you for the 3k. Now, when they've paid you for the 3k product, mistake most people make is they are still excited and you're coming to show them another product. People buy when they are still in the painful moment, right? So what does this your low ticket product, when it gives them a satisfaction, that high satisfaction it gives them, it unlocks another level of pain for them. So let's say someone that learns how to edit videos, they are very good at editing videos. Now the next pain is, how do I start promoting? How do I run ads to these videos? Your next product could be teaching how to run ads, right? Now you know how to edit videos. How do you run ads? You're introducing this product to them at a new level of pain, all right? That's basically how it really, really works, okay? I believe I've helped you in this video. And if you got value from this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Share this video with just 3 of your business friends. No more, no less. And if you're a 6-figure business owner who wants to scale to 7 figures, you found this video valuable. After working with multiple 6-figure business owners who have had similar issues with scaling to 7 figures, I noticed a trend, a pattern of 5 common roadblocks that they face. And it took them an average of 2 to 3 weeks to solve each roadblock. I recorded it and compiled it in this video. If you want access to that video, fill the form in the description below to direct you to my DM, and I'll give you access to the video. It's free. As always, where you are right now, it's not your final destination. I shall meet you at the top. But for now, lock in and represent. Adios.